You know the feeling. It's late, the world is quiet, and you're lying in bed, yet your brain won't stop talking. You replay that conversation from 3 days ago, dissecting every word, wondering if you sounded foolish. Then your mind jumps to the future. What if you fail that test, say the wrong thing at the meeting, or make the wrong decision and ruin everything? This, right here, is overthinking. And while it feels like you're being thorough or careful, you're actually stuck in a loop that your brain can't exit. But why does this happen? Why do we get caught in these exhausting spirals that feel impossible to stop? Psychologists call this mental loop rumination, and it's one of the most common forms of chronic stress in modern life. When we overthink, we don't just think more, we think in circles. And the worst part, we often believe it's helping. We think that if we analyze something enough, we'll find the perfect answer or avoid failure or finally feel in control. But instead, we just end up drained, anxious, and still unsure. Overthinking isn't about intelligence or awareness. It's often about fear. Fear of making the wrong choice, fear of being judged, fear of what we can't control. It can be triggered by a single text, a missed call, or just an idle moment where your brain grabs onto the nearest worry. And once it grabs hold, it doesn't let go easily. From a neurological perspective, your brain is reacting as if there's a real threat. Your amygdala, the part of your brain responsible for detecting danger, lights up. It floods your system with stress hormones like cortisol, signaling your prefrontal cortex, your decision making center, to start solving a problem. But when the problem isn't concrete or immediate, your brain spins. No solution appears and your mind just loops. This is why overthinking feels productive but rarely leads to clarity. It's like revving a car engine while the wheels are stuck in mud. Research shows that people who ruminate frequently are more prone to anxiety, depression, insomnia, and even physical health issues like high blood pressure. So if you're someone who thinks too much, know this. It's not a personality flaw. It's a brain habit. And like all habits, it can be unlearned. So how do we stop overthinking? How do we break the loop without simply trying harder to think less, which usually backfires? Let's start with 3 practical techniques backed by psychology and neuroscience. First, name the thought. It sounds simple, but labeling your thoughts actually creates distance between you and them. Instead of saying, I'm going to fail, try saying, I'm having the thought that I'm going to fail. This shift, called cognitive diffusion, tells your brain this is a mental event, not reality. You are observing the thought, not drowning in it. Over time, this practice rewires your relationship with your thoughts, making them feel less overwhelming. Second, schedule your worry. That's right, literally create a worry time in your day. Set a timer for 10 minutes. During those 10 minutes, you're allowed to overthink as much as you want. Let the thoughts run wild. But once the timer ends, you close the mental door and return to the present. This technique trains your brain to contain and control rumination instead of letting it spread across your entire day. Studies have shown that even people with chronic anxiety see results from this practice in just a few weeks. Third, shift from thought to motion. Overthinking thrives on inaction. The longer you sit and stew, the more fuel you give it. The antidote: take the smallest possible action related to your worry. If you're overthinking an email, write a rough draft. If you're worried about an exam, review just 1 page. Action sends a message to your brain that you're handling it, which reduces the need for excessive analysis. You're proving to yourself that you can do instead of just think. It's also important to remember that not all thinking is bad. Reflecting is healthy. Planning is smart. But when those thoughts start repeating, draining your energy, and keeping you stuck, that's when it turns into overthinking. And sometimes the best thing you can do is interrupt the pattern. Go for a walk, talk to a friend, journal what you're feeling. Even breathing slowly and deeply for 90 seconds can calm the nervous system enough to regain control. Your thoughts are not always facts. Just because a thought is loud doesn't mean it's true. And just because it keeps repeating doesn't mean you need to keep listening. If overthinking is a regular part of your life, start small. Use one of these techniques this week, just one. Be kind to yourself when your mind spirals, and remind yourself, you're not broken. Your brain is just trying to protect you a little too hard. The good news: you can teach it a new way, a calmer way, a clearer way. And it starts with one thought: what if I don't have to think about this right now? Thanks for listening. Be sure to subscribe for more videos like this.